Close your eyes for a moment. Picture everything you've built, your home, your career, your family's dreams. Now imagine watching it all slowly slip away, not because of a mistake you made, but because of something you never saw coming. One morning, you wake up, and your body simply won't cooperate. The strength you once took for granted is gone. Your hands tremble. Your legs refuse to move. You try to push through, but your body says no. And just like that, the life you worked so hard to build starts slipping through your fingers. I'm Jiten Modi, your personal finance strategist. And what I'm about to share isn't just about insurance or policies. It's about protecting the life you've spent years creating. It's about making sure your family never has to choose between paying bills and putting food on the table. It's about ensuring that no matter what happens, your future remains secure. Let me tell you about Anita. She was a software engineer, a mother of two, the primary breadwinner in her family. She never thought much about disability coverage. "I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm careful," she used to say. Then one day, she felt a tingling sensation in her fingers. At first, she ignored it. But over time, her hands became weak. Simple tasks became difficult. The diagnosis came: multiple sclerosis. At first, it was manageable. She adjusted, pushed through, refused to slow down. But within months, she couldn't work full days. Within a year, she couldn't work at all. Anita had health insurance. It covered the medical bills. But what about the mortgage? What about her children's school fees? What about the groceries, the electricity bills, the daily expenses that don't stop just because her income does? This is the harsh reality most people never think about. Health insurance only covers treatment. Life insurance only pays out if you're gone. But what happens when you're alive and unable to work? What happens when you are trapped in a body that refuses to function, while the world around you keeps moving forward? Think about your morning routine. You wake up, get out of bed, take a shower, drive to work. These are things you don't even think about. Now imagine if any one of those became impossible. Imagine needing assistance to do things you once did effortlessly. Imagine the frustration of knowing your mind is still sharp, but your body won't cooperate. Disability doesn't always arrive with a dramatic accident. Sometimes it creeps in quietly. An illness. A sudden injury. The slow betrayal of time. Let's talk about what disability insurance really means. It's not just a policy. It's your family's financial bodyguard. It's the one thing standing between you and financial devastation. When your ability to earn disappears, it steps in to ensure your life doesn't unravel. Short-term disability insurance acts as a life raft. It keeps you afloat during those crucial first few months when you're focused on recovery, not bills. But what happens when those months stretch into years? That's when long-term disability insurance becomes your lifeline. Sarah, a graphic designer, never thought she'd need it. She loved her morning bike rides to work. Then, one morning, a collision with a reckless driver changed everything. 3 months in the hospital. 8 months of rehabilitation. Her health insurance covered the surgeries. But it didn't pay her rent. It didn't cover her daily expenses. Without long-term disability insurance, she would have drained her savings in a matter of months. Most people assume they have coverage through work. But employer-provided disability insurance is like an umbrella with holes. You only notice the gaps when it's already pouring. It typically covers only 60% of your base salary. And that amount is taxable. Can you live on half your income? And what happens if you change jobs? Your coverage doesn't follow you. You're left exposed. Vulnerable. One step away from financial ruin. And then there's Social Security disability insurance. It sounds reassuring, doesn't it? But the truth is, getting approved can take years. Years of paperwork, appeals, waiting. Years of watching your savings disappear while you hope the system finally acknowledges your struggle. Can you afford to wait? Can your family? Meera, a self-employed consultant, thought disability insurance was unnecessary. Then she developed rheumatoid arthritis. It didn't stop her from working entirely. But it forced her to cut her hours in half. Without partial disability coverage, she would have had to drain her retirement savings just to survive. She thought she was being smart, saving every extra rupee for her future. But she never realized that the biggest threat to her financial future wasn't market downturns or bad investments, it was the possibility that she might not be able to work at all. And here's something most people overlook: mental health. Depression, anxiety, chronic fatigue. These aren't just health challenges. They're income threats. They can take you away from work just as easily as a physical injury. And yet, many policies don't cover them. In fact, mental health issues are now among the leading causes of disability claims worldwide. Think about your savings. If your income stopped today, how long could you last? A month? 3 months? A year? Now stretch that across 5 years. 10. Until retirement. What happens then? Suddenly, disability insurance isn't just a safety net. It's a necessity. The good news is, you can customize your protection. You can add features like cost of living adjustments, so your benefits grow with inflation. You can include future increase options, so your coverage expands as your income rises. You can choose policies that cover partial disabilities, so you are protected even if you can still work but at a reduced capacity. These aren't just policy details. These are the choices that determine whether your family stays secure or struggles to survive. Your ability to earn isn't just about your present. It's about your future. It's about your children's education, your retirement plans, your ability to leave a legacy. Protecting it isn't being paranoid. It's being prepared. For 2 decades, I've helped people safeguard their financial futures. And the hardest conversations I've had weren't with people who had disability coverage and needed to use it. They were with people who thought they were protected, only to discover, too late, that they weren't. Don't let your family's future depend on hope. Let's make sure your financial safety net is solid. Book a clarity session with me, and we'll review your current coverage. We'll identify the gaps. We'll create a plan that truly protects everything you've worked for. And if you want to stay informed and connected, join our WhatsApp community. Your number stays private, but the knowledge you gain could be life-changing. Together, we'll make sure your future remains secure, no matter what life throws your way. Disability insurance isn't about planning for the worst. It's about ensuring your best life continues, even when the unexpected happens. It's about sleeping soundly at night, knowing that no matter what tomorrow brings, your family's future is safe. Take the first step today. Your future self will thank you.